Welcome to the Puppet Master Files. My name is Valentine, and the reason I am doing this video, and we'll be doing a series of videos, is because I'm going to be talking about covert narcissism and the patterns, how they do their covert manipulation in detail, so that I want to explain the secrets, the methods, mostly the patterns of a covert narcissist, because I've been through such a long period of dealing with that type of a narcissist. And the main reason I want to explain that and start talking about it is because I want to help other people who are in it and don't know they're in it. So, to talk about my story, first, I'll just say that I'm about 5 years out of a long marriage. I'm divorced, and I've been divorced for about 5 years, and I have 5 kids with my ex covert narcissist, which I call the puppet master. And I have to constantly deal with everything, like with all his secret manipulation all the time. Like um, I'm always in detective mode. So part of the reason that I figured all this out was when I was married. The whole time I was married, I didn't know that I was with a covert narcissist. I didn't know his patterns, his methods. I knew like I'm actually a very intuitive person, and so it's a little embarrassing to be exposing myself like this, um, because it's embarrassing when you've been under somebody's thumb for so long. It's almost like I feel like I was in a cult my whole marriage, and I'm actually writing a book about it too, that explains, like a memoir style, that explains like everything, like what it was like and everything that happened, and in my life also, not just about the puppet master. But when I was married, I I used to love watching uh, crime stuff and stuff about psychopaths, and I would always be like, why? Like, what made that happen to them? And I was watching this Ted Bundy documentary, which, if any of you don't know who he is, he's like this serial killer. He murdered and raped um, a ton of women, and he got caught. And he had this wife, and his wife had a daughter, and he was a really good family man. And his wife had no idea. Like, he lived two separate lives. He was a good father and all this. And so she was pretty shocked when she found out later that her husband had been murdering and raping women. And when I was watching the documentary, I was like, this guy has like very similar um, like behavior as my husband. And I was like, this is insane. And I started to like study like personality disorders and psychopaths and stuff like that also. And I'm like, I could be like Ted Bundy's wife, like not knowing. And I was. I mean, I don't think he's murdering, raping a bunch of women, hopefully. But um Ted Bundy was like pacing in the jailhouse, caught red-handed, and still wouldn't admit it, and still like a lot of narcissists, they can't face their own shit. And when I was married, that's how it was too. Was he never could faces stuff, but he would twist it in a way, which I'll explain in other videos. So I just got interrupted from a phone call. I turned off my video, and then when I plugged everything back in or reset it, the sound didn't even work. So now I don't have my little speaker thing because it needs to be charged. But I just wanted to quickly say that, yeah, when I was, first realizing that I needed to divorce my husband because I was in a situation of a puppet master and things were never going to get better or change, the thing that really helped me was by listening to other people's stories. And there's not like a whole lot of stuff out there that that you learn about narcissism, but you don't understand like what they do in detail. I think the next episode that I'm going to talk about is going to be like how my ex completely set up this everything from the very beginning to be in complete control of everything, and then how he, all the way up until now, how he has controlled every detail and how I figured it out and the patterns that he has and stuff. So thank you for listening.